Hi everyone, Peter here from Flow High Performance, and I'm going to be answering another question that I received on Instagram. So this question basically asks, how many reps in the off season do we need to do of 50 to 60 meter sprints to develop speed? So 50 to 60 meter sprints are going to be where we're pretty much hitting our maximum velocity, which is an awesome exercise and the best exercise for developing top end speed. However, we want to make sure before we even consider doing 50 to 60 meter sprints and reaching that maximum velocity that we actually gradually build up to that distance. Because sprinting at max velocity is, yes, it's a great stimulus to build speed, but also it's such a strong stimulus that it's going to put us at a high risk of injury if we're not actually tolerated to those demands. So before we even start doing top end speed work, we sort of need to slowly build up to those distances to actually acclimate our body and make sure our tissues can tolerate that sort of load. Especially if you're in the off season, you probably haven't done that much work if you've had a little break. So I would start with more like 10 to 20 meter sprints and slowly build up maybe 5 meters each week until you can reach that sort of 50 to 60 meter range where we're hitting max velocity. In terms of actually answering the question, how many reps do we need? There's no exact answer to this question, but some good principles to keep in mind is that for sprint training, intensity is definitely the number one key rather than volume. So we want to make sure every single effort that we do is absolutely maximal intensity and you have full recovery between efforts. With sprint training, I like to cut the sprint training session when times start to drop sort of below their best times. So usually your first 3 to 4 sprints are going to be your best times, and then after that times start to slowly drop down as you get fatigued. So once times start to drop down, that's when you should cut the session. So how long this actually takes for the athlete to fatigue and start to drop off may be individual to the athlete. And it also depends what sort of warm-up they've done, how ready they are, what sort of state they're in, etc. If you're not timing your sprints, you can sort of tell by how you feel. If you're not feeling as sharp or as springy, and you can tell that there's a bit of fatigue affecting your performance, that's when you want to cut the session there. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you got something out of this video. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already.